guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna make a spatchcock buffalo wing chicken in my Tajine. I'm gonna bake it in the oven. And I'm just gonna show you how to do it. So I cut the string off because we don't need it tied up because we're not roasting it. Get the string off and then we will slice off the spine so that we can spatchcock it. You can save the spine for broth, for soup. I always cut that off. Blech. I know some people like to eat it, but we don't. So we are going to cut right down the spine there where the neck was. Let's go right down. If you don't have kitchen scissors, you definitely need some. I have, I think, about 10 pairs at least. Save the spine for broth, just throw it in the freezer. And then when you're ready to make some chicken broth. So you're gonna use whatever barbecue rub you like, whatever seasonings you like. Even if you just like salt and pepper, go for it. Or salt, pepper, garlic, go for it. There we go. So there's the spine, you can save that for soup. You're gonna turn it around, so here, let me turn it this way, I'll do it backwards. You're just gonna do a little bit of a splice in the breastbone. And that's gonna allow us to make her flat to cook pretty and evenly. Yeah. There we go. Just a tiny little splice in the bone. So I also like to rub up all the brown organ stuff. Look. We're gonna trim off this extra fat stuff here. It's fat and skin because we don't need that. There we go. And then turn her over and just give her a little gentle press. Yeah, and there you go. She's nice and flat. So now we can season her up. I'm gonna use a garlic oil that I make out of my garlic confit oil. Let me know down below if you'd like the recipe for that, and I can definitely do a tutorial on that if I don't already have one up there. So I'll flip her over because I like to season the underside first. I also like to double season the top, not normally the bottom, because then the top gets all ucky and messy and... So this is just my garlic confit oil, just to get a little bit of moisture, a little bit of flavor. Then the rub has got lots to hold to, because we did pat it dry. There we go. That's side one. And whatever rub you want, I'm using a buffalo wing rub, but you can use whatever one you want. And just sparingly. This one tends to come out a little bit thicker because it's a little bit finer, so I'm trying to be super careful. Don't want it too spicy. I'm a little bit of a wimp. Now Glenn, on the other hand, he loves spice. Get her over here on the wing. This wing a little bit more on the edges. There we go. And we will give her a flip and do the exact same on this side. And then I'll let it sweat for about 20 minutes and then I'll do it again. Only the top 20, like after 20 minutes, only do the top again though. You can use any oil you want or any binder you like. Some people just use water. Some people just use mustard, barbecue sauce, whichever you like. I like to use the garlic confit oil because it really adds a lot of flavor. I'll be a little bit more generous to the top here because I'm hoping to get a color out of her once she's cooked. Pretty evenly coated. There. We shall let her sit about 15-20 minutes to sweat, and then I will do the top once more.
15 minutes later.
I'm gonna add my second round of the seasoning, trying to pay attention to the spots where you can't really see there's any rub, because that'll like double up. I'll spin the tray too to make sure that I get the other side. The counter's always a mess when I do this, don't worry. I am never shy when I use rubs. More flavor is better than less flavor. Well, depends what you're using. If it's a habanero rub, no. There. I'm gonna let this sit until I'm ready to cook dinner. Then I'm gonna put my trusty little meat probe in there and get her in the Tajine and into the oven. Doesn't that look pretty? So bright and red and beautiful. So I've got my Tajine here. I have sliced up one russet potato. I'm gonna put that on the base so that the bottom doesn't touch and nothing's gonna stick. But I am gonna season these so that we can eat them, because you know they're gonna be delicious over chicken. So I'm just gonna use my garlic confit oil again. And then I'm also gonna make sure that I touch all the edges. Like once I mix up the potato, I want to touch the edges so that the skin doesn't get stuck onto the side of the Tajine. You can use a spray if you want. Sometimes I use apples in the bottom, which is really nice, and some dates, some nuts, which is super nice. It's delicious, but today I'm going to do it over potatoes, papas. I got some seasoning here. I'm going to use some garlic, granulated garlic. And then I'm going to use some black pepper, some onion powder, and just a couple red crushed chili pepper flakes, because that is going to be a bit spicy anyway. So then we'll get these all mixed up so the flavoring is all over them. And then I will get my meter probe into the thickest part of the breast, and then set up the app, let it program. If you don't have a Tajine, you can also use a Dutch oven, no problem at all. No problem, or even just a baking pan if you wish. I like the Tajine because it's almost like steaming it, because in the top of the Tajine, there is a, let me get the Tajine lid and I'll show you. There's like a little hole right there. And then the air just circulates around and it steams, and it's just delicious. So if you don't have a Tajine, you'll want to get one. They're getting a lot more common now too. I did not put any salt on the potatoes. I just put what I have here. And the rub that I'm using is actually a salt-free rub, which is nice. We get enough salt in everything else we're eating. Wait till you see what I have planned for this plated dinner. Okay, let's get the meter probe into thick part of the breast. I like doing a spatchcock because it really does cook evenly. It really does. So I'm going to try not to touch anything on the top, and I'm just going to slide it. Let me move this over. I'm just going to slide it into the Tajine so I don't lose any of that color on top. You can also put like a lemon in here for some steaming juices, but you definitely don't have to. There. She is ready for the oven. Let's cover her up and get her in. And we will see you guys in about an hour and a half, I reckon. All right, are you ready for the magic? Actually, let me put the other one on so I can tilt up the Tajine. So ready? She's beautiful. And that took an hour and 20 minutes in the oven at 400 degrees. Let's dig in. I will definitely show you it plated. Yum, yum, yum. Guys, this just seriously just falls apart. And look at those potatoes and all that juice. Yum. Look how it came apart from the bone, and it just pulls. Just pulls apart. Look at that. It's so amazingly juicy. No problem whatsoever. Let's eat. And there she is, plated. Yum.